crafting a personal note card for any occasion. Welcome to day 3 of our 25 Days of GEOsential podcast series. In our last episode, we talked about creating a things to do postcard calendar to stay connected with your clients all month long. Today, we're zooming in on something even more personal, a handwritten note card. And for our GEOsential Lite members, a postcard. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, who has time to write cards these days? Hear me out. A personal note card doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel real. And keep in mind that GEOsential is more than just a place to print your postcards. We're going to combine postcard with strategy. Might that be going after expired listings, FISBOs, new people in your farm, marketing around your listing, or simply following up with your sphere and past clients. The goal for postcards in our marketing is simple. Help us leverage them to get more business and work less. Here's why this works so well. In real estate, relationships are everything, as you know. A quick note to say, thinking of you, hope you're loving your new home, or thanks for the referral, it means so much, shows that you see your client as more than just a transaction. And let's be honest, who doesn't love getting something nice in the mail that isn't a bill, right? It makes people feel special. And when people feel special, they remember you. But how do you make this a habit? Well, start small. Pick one client a day to write to, or better yet, use GEOsential to create a system around sending personal note cards. Think in terms of recurring events that will prompt you to write such a card. An accepted offer, a signed listing agreement, a closed sale, a great transaction with another agent, a condolence card, thanking somebody for attending an open house, following up on a referral, a welcome new baby card. These are just really a few recurring events on top of my head. And you can absolutely handwrite this once, take a picture, upload it to GEOsential as a 4x6 postcard as one of our Lite members, or you can use a note card if you're on the Pro plan. And this way, it's actually handwritten at scale. Think about the impact. It's simple, it's quick, and it can lead to more referrals, more loyalty, and, well, more trust. Remember, secret to making this doable is in the systems. If you want to see how simple this process can be, head over to GEOsential, log into your account, and start following the step-by-step tutorial that is coming up behind this video if you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook. And if you are listening on the podcast, we will link it in our show notes so you can see it right there, okay? In our next episode, we'll dive into one of my favorite strategies, using just listed postcards to market new properties and attract more seller leads. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in our next episode for day number 4.
Welcome back to GEOsential. I'm going to show you the power of a personal note card today. And first up, I want to highlight all the amazing templates that are inside GEOsential for the print portal already for you to use. Now, yes, we're talking about a note card. So if you are on the Lite plan, you may have to modify it to become a postcard, a 4x6 postcard. If you are on the Pro plan, you have a ton of cards available. And again, we're going to talk about, let's see, sentiments. And then let's do a thank you card. Or actually, you know what? There was a nice to meet you. Let's do this one. So nice to meet you. There you go. And as you can see here, there's a ton of fun ones. And if you are a Pro user, you have access to all of these here, okay? And so many more. If you love to make sure you're using the Lite version and you're like, I wanna design my own, you can still get inspiration from here, okay? You may just not be able to use a note card. So just take the inspiration here and then turn it into a simple postcard in Canva. That would be my suggestion. Okay, so if I wanted to do this one as a postcard, I can go to canva.com, find myself a handshake, says nice to meet you. Again, pretty simple, straightforward. Why don't I show you real quick what I mean for our Lite users? And let's see, we're doing 4x6. Let me see if I have a 4x6 template. This one here, also 4x6. Let's make a copy of it. Yeah. 4x6, again, you can just type it in. Easy enough to do, right? Let's see, let me delete. Okay. go. Okay. So what I mean by that is if I wanted to do a postcard, I'll do handshake. There is a ton of them. Oh, look, something very similar to what we saw on the card. Okay. Doesn't have to be fancy. Look, it's totally crooked. Let's do some text. So this one, nice to meet you. Don't worry, we'll get it all figured out here in a second. And we're gonna take this one, go with your brand colors if you like, and then background. There you go. How's that? Now you have a postcard front that is very much something that you could use as a postcard. Again, if you have the cards, go with the cards, but I wanted to at least make sure that if you are a light user, you do see the use cases for it. It may just take a little bit of finagling for you. Well, if you are having access to the Pro version, I'm going to show you how to go about the note card in a super personal kind of way. So I'm going to go to Save Projects, create new project, and we're going to select a greeting or note card. So there's a couple different ones. You do have the ability to do like super cool custom envelopes. We've done those before for listing brochures and sent them to the neighbors. But in this case, I just want to do a greeting card. Okay, they do take 78 cents to print, and then they do take 73 cents to ship. So keep that in mind, but you can fully automate it. I'm gonna hit personalize, and then we're gonna say thanks for meeting with me. All right, choose an orientation. Do you like your card to open top to bottom, or do you like to open left to right? I'm a top to bottom kind of person, so I'm gonna leave it on this. And I wanna show you how to go about the automating of some of these cards in a super fun way. So I'm gonna go ahead to, oh, that is the front actually. Hold on a second. I wanna go to the inside. So that's the front of the card. That's the inside top, which is typically white, and then the inside bottom. I'm gonna delete this. So I'm gonna upload photos. I do have, let's see. There you go. I do have a screenshot on my computer. So I hand wrote what I wanted to say. Yes, in pen, and I did it. And then I put the screenshot in Canva. I decided to remove the background. Okay, remove the background, which then gave me just the text. So make sure you use black. It's just easier to see. And took a photo of it. You can download the image, and then I just dragged it up here. So now I have a handwritten card that I can mass produce. And here's the back of it. So this card, I now have the ability to personalize it. Well, what could I personalize it with? And I think some of this is really something you want to think about. What does your client, that you met in this case, I said, thanks again for having me over the other day. Looking forward to discussing next steps. Okay. Example, I've talked to a client of mine before. I'm going to go back to Canva that loved horses. Okay. So I went in, I said, okay, I need, actually, that would be funny. Just give them a horse. I went to photos, typed in horse. There you go. Oh, look at this. This would make a super cute card. Yes? Anybody else think this way? I think so. So in this case, I would just simply take this one, like, okay, this makes a good card. My client liked horses. They are moving because they are trying to get closer to their horses. So here is an easy way, right, to go about it. What if your client said, well, I love car collection, okay? Car collector. So let's see what we got there. How's this one? Nice card, personalized to the client, ready to go. Okay. Let's see. What if the person had a lot of, let's see, gnomes? Maybe they had a lot of gnomes around. Okay. You're like, oh, this person must like gnomes. There you go. Okay. So you get the point of how this can be really, really simple to do. What if they told you, hey, we're moving to Texas? Okay. There you go. Moving to Texas. Why not? Different ones. Easy enough to do. Let's assume that's what they're doing. They're moving to Texas. All right, we're gonna head over back to the print portal. We're gonna upload the photo. There it is. It's gonna get put in there on the front. Now I have the front of the card, inside top. Now I have the bottom. And then this one here, this is the same one as the front. Okay, so if you're wondering, okay, what does that look like? This one here is what the preview looks like. Front, right? Front of the card, open. Here's the back. I could put a QR code on there. I can put an image of myself on there. Again, you decide what you want to do. You could leave it blank. I just think blank bags are boring, but easy enough. Okay, put that in there. And now I have a very personal custom card in minutes that I can now use to just simply send out. There's no smart merge items on there. So in this case, I could just simply add it to cart and send it to that person. But just another simple way to utilize GEOsential and become a whole lot more strategic. Let's assume I send it to my client and now I'm going to go and meet another client and they tell me, huh, yeah, we're actually moving to Florida. I'm like, okay, cool. They're not going to Texas. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to edit it. There you go. And they're going to Florida. So let me grab a Florida image. I just like Canva images. It's so really easy. So there you go. They're going to Florida. You know what? We're just going to select a bunch of palm trees. Or here's a Florida. Let's see. What do we like? Ooh, I like this one. Let's go with that. Cool. All right. So there is this little card right here. Actually, no. I fit it a little. I know this is still a tutorial, and yet here's me still obsessing over making it look good. Okay, in this case, I do like a little white rim right there. All right, looking good. So now my client is like, hey, thanks so much again for meeting us. Cool. I can tell my assistant, hey, they're moving to Florida. Can you swap out the image for our thanks for meeting with me card to something that is more in line with what they're doing, which is Florida. And let me see the image you pick so I can approve it. Okay. And if you have to come in here, you see how fast this really, really is. Okay. It doesn't take much to connect with another person. Let's see. Oh, you know what? It got the little different sizing. Sorry. It's a 5x7 card and I'm still working on an 8.5 by 5.5 template. There you go. Okay. So hence this one front, right? I said, hey, thanks again for meeting me the other day. And then we're going to take this one out too. And now preview it. Let's see how it looks. Awesome. Super personalized in minutes, and it's ready to go out. So now that you know how to do all of that, it's time for you to get into action, leverage GeoSential, and have some fun with me.